Good evening, friends.
Welcome back to Medical News Today, your trusted source for the latest breakthroughs shaping human health.
Today is Wednesday, June 10, 2026, and we are covering an absolute avalanche of practice-changing medical updates. Segment 1, the intro and hook.
In this episode, a massive new study out today links a highly common household beverage directly to liver cancer risks. Meanwhile, there is a paradigm shift in oncology as popular Ozempic-like weight loss drugs show a stunning 30% drop in breast cancer incidence. Plus, we look at the newly uncovered dark side of daily drinking, why researchers say even one drink a day is cutting life short. And later, a global alert: a rare Ebola variant is spreading, triggering airport screenings right now. You won't want to miss a single second of these updates. If you want to stay ahead of the curve on your health, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's dive right into today's top medical headlines. Segment 2, sugary beverages and liver cancer risks. Let's start with a major warning published just hours ago that impacts millions of modern diets. A groundbreaking study published on June 10 in JAMA Network Open reveals a stark connection between regular sugar-sweetened beverage consumption and primary liver cancers. Led by Dr. Cody Wadling at the National Cancer Institute, researchers undertook a massive analysis tracking dietary data from more than 1.5 million adults. This wasn't a short-term trial. Participants were followed through state cancer registries and extensive health surveys for an average of nearly 18 years.
The findings are highly specific.
Higher intakes of sugar-sweetened beverages, such as standard sodas, sweet teas, and sports drinks, are directly associated with an increased risk of two major, aggressive liver cancer subtypes.
The first is hepatocellular carcinoma, or HCC. The second is intrahepatic cholangiocarcinoma, known as ICC.
But here is the fascinating twist for anyone trying to satisfy a sweet tooth safely: the intake of artificially sweetened beverages showed no statistical association with an elevated risk of liver cancer or either of its subtypes. While the study is observational and does not definitively prove direct causation, the National Cancer Institute emphasizes that this massive dataset adds undeniable weight to the growing global clinical consensus: liquid sugar is a driving force behind long-term adverse metabolic and oncological health outcomes. If you're still drinking standard soda every day, it might be time to switch to water or find an alternative. Segment 3, GLP-1 agonists and a 30% drop in breast cancer.
Moving from a cancer risk to an accidental cancer shield.
In what is being hailed as one of the most exciting preventive oncology findings of 2026, a new study reveals that Ozempic-like weight loss medications are linked to a staggering 30% reduction in breast cancer risk. Published in JCO Oncology Practice, a team of clinical investigators, including Dr. Elizabeth S. McDonald and Dr. Laura B. Gillis, evaluated real-world patient data to see how GLP-1 receptor agonists impact cancer incidence. These are the incredibly popular blockbusters like semaglutide and tirzepatide, which have already revolutionized diabetes care and obesity management. The data shows that women taking these GLP-1 agonists experienced a statistically significant drop in breast cancer diagnoses compared to matched controls.
Why is this happening?
Oncologists point out that these drugs do far more than just shed pounds. By dramatically improving systemic insulin sensitivity, dampening chronic low-grade inflammation, and stabilizing hormonal pathways, GLP-1 therapies fundamentally alter the metabolic environment that breast tumors rely on to grow. We are looking at a future where weight loss drugs are no longer viewed as lifestyle medications, but as powerful, multi-system preventative shields against some of the world's deadliest chronic diseases. Segment 4, the one-drink myth shattered. For decades, we've been told that a moderate amount of alcohol, particularly a daily glass of red wine, might actually protect the heart.
Well, that myth has just been decisively shattered by a definitive public health study.
New data fact-checked and published this week confirms that even one drink a day significantly raises the risk of all-cause mortality, cardiovascular issues, and multiple forms of cancer. The study outlines a strict new global guideline, shifting the recommended threshold of alcohol consumption down to a maximum of just 7 weekly drinks, and even that carries risks. Leading specialists like Dr. Changhan Shan, an interventional cardiologist and medical director of the Structural Heart Program at Saddleback Medical Center, spoke out on these findings. Dr. Chen stated flatly that modern, rigorous datasets have systematically debunked the old concept of healthy moderate drinking. Alcohol acts as a direct toxin. It disrupts optimal liver function, alters critical hormone balances, and actively impairs the immune system. These factors create a perfect storm for cellular mutation and vascular stress, driving up rates of liver and breast cancers while increasing blood pressure variability. Dr. Chan's updated clinical advice to patients is clear and uncompromising: drink as little as possible, and preferably, do not drink at all.
Segment 5, Global Health Alert, the rare Ebola outbreak. We turn now to an urgent global infectious disease alert that has public health agencies on high alert. A highly concerning outbreak of a rare Ebola variant has surged, with over 515 cases officially recorded in the Democratic Republic of Congo. This specific crisis is being driven by the Bundibugyo strain of the Ebola virus. What makes the Bundibugyo strain particularly dangerous right now is that, unlike more common variants, there is currently no approved vaccine or definitive therapeutic treatment available. The vast majority of cases are concentrated in the Ituri province, but confirmed cases and deaths have already crossed the border into neighboring Uganda. The World Health Organization, alongside the Africa Centers for Disease Control, has rapidly launched a massive $518 million emergency response plan to contain the spread. However, frontline doctors face severe bottlenecks due to compromised contact tracing, critical shortages of essential medicines, and inadequate localized testing facilities. The ripple effects are being felt globally. International governments are refusing to take chances. For instance, the Andhra Pradesh government in India has officially stepped up strict precautionary protocols, deploying special surveillance and mandatory diagnostic screening tests at Gannavaram Airport for all inbound international travelers arriving from or via affected regions. Global health authorities are urging heightened vigilance as they race to establish tight quarantine boundaries. Have some quiet time. If your day is filled with work and noise, the morning is a perfect chance to clear your mind with even a few minutes of meditation. You can simply focus on your breath and try to let go of thoughts that come up. The practice can lower levels of the stress hormone cortisol and may help ease conditions including anxiety, pain, high blood pressure, insomnia, and migraine headaches. WebMD. For decades, nutrition counseling in diabetes care has focused primarily on one question: what should patients eat? But a growing body of evidence suggests another question may be clinically important as well: when should patients eat?
Human metabolism follows a circadian rhythm that influences insulin sensitivity, glucose tolerance, beta cell responsiveness, and energy metabolism across the day. In the morning, metabolic efficiency is generally higher. As the day progresses, glucose tolerance declines and postprandial responses often worsen. Yet, many patients consume their largest meals in the evening or eat across prolonged daily time windows extending from early morning into late night. From a circadian perspective, this pattern may create a mismatch between food intake and underlying metabolic biology. Accumulating evidence suggests this mismatch matters. Controlled feeding studies have demonstrated that identical meals consumed earlier in the day often produce lower postprandial glucose excursions compared with evening intake. Late eating has been associated with impaired glycemic control, increased insulin resistance, and higher cardiometabolic risk. MedPage Today. Article Key Points. Pediatric hypertension is often undertreated due to diagnostic challenges and limited evidence for treatment. Experts emphasize accurate blood pressure measurement, lifestyle changes, and tailored pharmacotherapy to improve management and outcomes in children. Medscape. There is an old truth worth sitting with. When your body is healthy, you have 1,000 problems. The moment it gets sick, you have only one: stress. Every stress you carry this week, the work, the money, the relationships, you only get to worry about those because your body is holding you up. They are the problems of a healthy person. The day your health breaks, all of them dissolve into a single concern, and everything that felt urgent goes quiet. That is the reframe. Your health is not one priority competing with the rest of your life. It is the foundation underneath all of it. Before you optimize anything else, the body has to keep working, or none of the rest gets to happen. Most people only understand this after a scare. You do not have to wait. Right now, while you are whole, is exactly when caring for your body matters most. Move it, nourish it, rest it, and treat it as something precious, because it is. Save this and come back to it the next time your problems feel like too much. They might be a sign of how much is still going right. Segment 6, Outro and Call to Action. From the food we put in our bodies to global epidemiological fronts, the landscape of medicine is moving faster than ever before.
Today's news proves that what we think is healthy today can change tomorrow based on rigorous science. What are your thoughts on today's headlines? Will you be rethinking that daily glass of wine or cutting back on sugary drinks? Let us know in the comments down below. We read and reply to as many as we can. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you found it valuable, share it with someone you care about, and hit that subscribe button to join our community. Thank you for watching Medical News Roundup Today. Stay safe, stay informed, and we will see you in the next video. Disclaimer: compiled information. This content is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. The audience/viewers must verify the contents before use. The creator, publisher, and YouTube will not be responsible for any harm.